Christians and Muslims believe and give priority to people. And it is because of this, we want to look at not just giving temporarily. We are going to look at how we are going to sustain that act of giving that will remain even after our stay in this life. On this note, I want to call on any volunteer from the Muslim brothers or sisters to give us opening prayer as we commence the activities. Any volunteer? Thank you very much for that wonderful prayer. God bless you for that. Thank you very much. Permit me to recognize some of the personality on the high table this morning with us. Starting from our lead speakers, we want to recognize our Father, Reverend Father George Eusai, who is here because this morning to share his word, his wisdom on philanthropic activities. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome. If you want to really go into his citation, we will use 3 hours without exhausting it. This morning when I was looking through, so there is no need. Just know that he's a theologian, a teacher, a musician, public commentator. He is also an author of several writings. So you are welcome and we appreciate your presence. We also have in our midst one of the lead speakers, Sheikh Malam Abdurrahman Alum Proposa. I'm sorry if I did. Alum Proposa. Yes, sir. I'm sorry for not pronouncing it properly. You are welcome, sir. He's a compliance officer. Yes, sir. He's a compliance officer with Giant Bank. He's going to share his internet result this afternoon in the topic or in the subject matter. Also, with us in the high table, we have the privilege of having Archbishop John Press Daniel, who is here with us. Sir, you are very much welcome. We appreciate your presence. May God bless you. We also have the representative of Dr. Otidi, who is supposed to be one of the discussants this afternoon, but because of some other engagement, they are delegated Dr. Abaji to represent him on that capacity. So you are welcome, Doctor. Thank you very much. We also have Dr. Lukman, who is a development expert that has a lot of experience when it comes to developmental issues. So you are welcome very much. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for being here with us. At this point in time, it is important we have a little introduction of ourselves so that we'll be familiar with each other as we carry on with the daily activities here. So I'm going to start from that page. Just introduce yourself, your name, the organization you came from, if possible. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I need to recognize. It is not a mistake. It is not a deliberate because he's the host. I wanted to introduce him in another segment. But however, permit me to recognize the Chief Executive Officer of the Just Foundation, the National Chief Imam of Al-HABIBIYYAH Islamic Society, in person of Imam Fuad Adeyemi, with us here. Thank you very much, sir. So, let's go for the self-introduction. Just your name, the organization, if possible, the role you play.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dr. Ukasha Muhammad, one of the imams of Sultan Tata Mosque, South Arabia. Assalamu alaikum.
My name is Yaqub Sulaiman. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hassan Ismail. Hassan is very, very nice guy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Inyana.
Good morning, everyone. Shalom. My name is Elijah Wilson in praise. It's my dad, the Bishop, also from the Indian Channels Management Service.
So, my name is Imam Marcos of National School.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dr. Kim Adeyemi. I'm representing the Hong Kong Sultan Mosque.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sulaiman Ismail, Director of EPAS, the President of Society of Nigeria. That's estate and planning and basic planning and allied matters.
Thank you very much. We appreciate everybody, and everybody You're welcome, sir. Beside him there, we have our Director Endowment and Empowerment, AL-HABIBIYYAH. You're welcome, ma'am. We also have our grant officer on Project Faith and Philanthropy, who is outside. Okay, he's here. Madam Nordin Adeleke. And we have our photographer who is standing there, who is the new media officer, Abu Samad Adeyemi, and myself, Assistant MIE. We are saying welcome to this interfaith interaction. Before I will go to the podium, our father and the executive director of the Church Foundation, I want to give us some statistics here so that it will guide us. The Catholic Lay Service, CRS, for those of us who are Catholic are familiar with this, founded in 1943, has assisted over 130 million people in 110 countries. It has a budget of approximately 1.56 billion globally. Saudi Arabia has 12.8 billion for workers. For those that are from Muslim faith, you should know what that means. Saudi Arabia issued a press release that they are targeting their 2030 budget will be generated 70% from the worker. Then we have another statistic from another foundation called His Love Foundation, HLF, a Redeemed Christian Church of Nigeria. They spend 18.4 billion within 3 years providing scholarship, health, education, and other essential to people. So why are we saying this? Is to tell us how sustaining religion or faith-based foundation can lead to community development. So it is on this group we are going to have our conversation around this particular subject matter. So that being said, permit me to call on the podium the National Chief Imam and the Executive Director of the Church Foundation for welcome remarks and introduction while we are here. Please help me welcome him to the stage as he walks to the stage. I welcome you.
Peace and blessing of God be upon each and every one of us as we came in with a very cold body, which means what we are going to have is going to be cold today, and we are still going to enjoy it, because when you trek or you move under the rain, it means blessing awaits you. So that you came, when Mother came is what do you call it? The clothes you wore, but still wear, I saw rain coming down, say thank God. It's coming here for the first time and wet, which makes things better. I say peace and blessing of God will be upon you all. I want to welcome you, Father George Jerusalem, who is coming here for the first time, but we have been working together for 20 years. We want to welcome you that you are welcome here for the first time at AL-HABIBIYYAH. And also, Archbishop Daniel, your praise, I want to say welcome back home, because almost everything we do here, Archbishop, your praise, we do it together. The things, even when things are hard, we do it together. Archbishop, you are welcome home again. Thank you. And my brother, Dr. that represents Dr. Ochibe, let me say
particular, that was I don't know whether I got the nomenclature very well. He has always been part of this. We want to welcome you, I want to thank you for your time. And Brother Lukman, who is not just a consultant, but is being sought for throughout the world. So now we're looking at him with his camp like that. When it comes to development in this country, is one of those who taught us, where's my people, how to earn the money. I won't explain more than that. When it's done, you will understand the meaning of burning the money. Yeah, they will teach us how to burn the money this time around. But unfortunately, there's no money to give us this time around. So you are welcome. And to all our brothers and sisters, especially my brother from North Fast, who is the late comer, I think I have the power. I will have made sure that rain will have pity you that all your cover will be so wet that you won't have another one to go there. But I will not say anything. You are welcome. I want to welcome us once again into this gathering. As you will see, what we have come to do here, we call it Interfaith Interaction of Philanthropy. Interfaith Interaction of Philanthropy. The Muslims and the Christians. It's not a lecture per se, but we want to introduce ourselves to interact. What is philanthropy? Why do we need it? How do we need it? How do we set it up? And why do we set it up? And for what purpose are supposed for it to be set up? Those of us who are here today, we believe we will represent our organization in a very impactful manner. And what do I mean? If you look at the world today, the world is experiencing crisis. Let me add one. Those who are working at USAID, how many of them are staff in Nigeria this year? Nigeria alone. Over 3,000 staff of usage. Do you know usage? United States of America. Now, Agency for International Development. Usage. About 3,000 per staff. You might not also know, AL-HABIBIYYAH will work with United Nations High Commission for Refugees. What was the work that we did with them? They were looking for money. They said we should help them raise money. I've never heard of that. We are helping United Nations High Commission for Refugees to raise money because they do not have money to pay their salary. They don't have money to do the work they were supposed to do. That is one. We all know what is happening in the world now, the shrinking of money that is coming to us in Nigeria. Not just in Nigeria, throughout the world, you discover that this money is not as easy as it is. I belong to one international organization. Most of us here also belong to it. They call it Interfaith Dialogue Forum for Peace. Interfaith Dialogue Forum for Peace is being funded by the King of Saudi Arabia. And it's with Vatican City. And with Vatican, they were the one funding the organization. Before, last year, let's say they need to give us 10,000 naira. This year, they are giving us 3,500. I don't know if you know the implication. So it means the free money that used to come in is almost no more there. If you look at those, they are the one. Why we bring in is because when you talk of development in this country, they know themselves, but this is their eyes. Those NGO people you know that you want to talk to Makato, you want to talk to Caritas, you want to talk to what are their names? Ford, you want to talk to Bill Gates, you want to talk to Oxfam. But if you see this man, you can get to talk to all of them. What is it? Take it back, let all of us here. When we brought him, so that from their real experience, you will know that this thing is no more there. But the question now is, do we continue to cry? Do we have another way to do it Do we have other solutions that we can provide locally that can work for us? If you also look at our problems, if we are sincere, as we are discussing in the room before we come in, we have so much money in this country, but unfortunately, we did not know how to manage it. And that's our problem. Forget about even the corruption. Even those who are corrupt, they know how to manage it. We still not complain. Let me give you an example of how to manage corruption. During the World Cup bidding, I don't know if you remember that was the time they removed the president of World Cup. What do you call it? FIFA. I don't know whether you know the time they removed, but that time they banned a Nigerian that should not be part of, should not hold any position in national football for 10 years. Some people know how to steal. Many of them stole in that place, including Nigeria. But one of them, his own stealing is that he told the people that what you do for me is that you are going to build a stadium for my country so that we will allow you to hold the World Cup. And he knew it, and they built the stadium for his own country. Our own, we stole all the money to buy houses, to buy this and nothing. So many people, when they steal, they don't even know how to steal well. If you know how to steal well, let's say all those who have been stealing money in Nigeria, they use the money to start work, to build industry, to build companies in Nigeria. We will not know they are stealing. We will also be praying for them. They will only park the money somewhere until they get spoiled or they block it for them. We now say, can we continue this way? We have so many things to attend to. Vulnerable children are there, orphans are there, poor people are there, elections are there, youths are there, women are there, gender violence are there. Just name it. But God, in His infinite mercy, in this country, has given us a solution. Nigeria is one country that is very unique, that we have very big number of Muslims and Christians almost at the same time. How do we now use what we have to get what we want? And that is why we are here. How do we use our religion to raise money, to be able, in a very organized way, that will be able to do things better? When the MC was giving us his statistics, he mentioned Luxera. The amount of money they have spent, not Luxera, sorry, Luxera have not spent money because they don't give me any money. Luxera have not. But Catholic relief services, they have touched countries about people in about 110 countries. Catholics, it is from the money from the Catholic Church. They use it, they get organized, and they make it a development organization that can help community. But I don't know that way that can help the entire world. The Catholic can do that. The Muslims, in fact, we are actually the source of it. We have what we call WAF. My brother from the north will say WAKAF. My brother from say will say WAKAF. Do you know what I mean? We have this thing that we can work. But can we move in and check our religious roots so that we can have organizations that will help ourselves, that will help our community, that will help the entire world? In Islam, there was this kind of establishment that was established around around 603 AD by one of our leaders, Sayyidina Uthman. It was established around 603 AD. Up to today, that establishment is still working and is still functioning and is still very relevant and is still very, very answering people's challenges. Can we replicate this? Can our Islamic organization come together and have an organization that can help? We have our own organization that can do things in such a way that we are the one who we come and beg for. We will not go and be begging for money from anybody. And let me give you an example to know that this thing can work. Many of us, do we know to cook. You'll be happy, but you don't understand it. I know you have been kind of, Father, do you understand? I know you don't understand to cook. To cook is an Islamic tool to raise money. It was this man in Osun State that brought it to Nigeria. Some people don't know the concept of money. They think it's about religion. They don't know it's about money. And money does not have religion. The former governor of Osun was the first to use it. Now, Nigeria started using it. I don't know whether you are aware. Is it this year or last year? Government tried to raise 300 billion naira, and it was oversubscribed, and it got 1.2 trillion naira. Let me repeat it. The school, the target was that they wanted to raise 300 billion naira. But at the end of the day, it was oversubscribed. They got about 1.2 trillion naira. They said it was oversubscribed by 175%. All the money came from Nigeria. If that money came from Nigeria, can we now be more organized and do better? And that is the reason why we have come here today. This gathering is not a gathering of everybody. It is just 30 people that were invited. So do not think, well, it's not. It is just 30 people that were invited. And we invited them, we took time to see that the people that we are going to invite are people who can take decisions or who can influence decisions in our organization. That we cannot continue to cry. We cannot continue to see that an unfident thing. In the military terms, they will tell you you must do something, even when you make mistake. It will remain correction. But if you are just sitting there, you are not doing anything, you might not be able to get to anywhere. This is the reason why we have come here. Can we interact and see what we can do in such a way that we can have organization that will help ourselves, will help our community, and will help the entire nation. We have decided that one, we can help people who want to start their own, and we can also help people who want to be part of us to help other people together. And alhamdulillah, we are getting support from MacArthur Foundation. They are helping us to help ourselves. Let me tell you one story about MacArthur Foundation in about 5 sentences. MacArthur, the man that bears MacArthur, died in 1978. As at the time he died, he was the second richest American person in America. He had $4 billion. Today, that money has reached about $8 billion, and he has taught more than 1 billion people in about 43 countries. So the money is still there, the name is still there, but they are helping people. But how do we go about it? This is what I want to do. I want to use it to welcome you once again, and so I appeal to us that we should listen and know what to do. The people we invited to come and give us, guide us. You hear the mention about Caritas, Catholic Relief Services, and we have brought the man who has headed the Catholic Secretariat. And when you head the Catholic Secretariat, it means every arm of Catholic is in your hands. You are looking at it because it's from Okene. That's why I use looking at it. He doesn't know you, so you better know. Father, anybody from Okene can don't look at that person. We are bringing somebody who is very knowledgeable. In fact, if he does not write anything, how do they do it? How was it done in Catholic? What the Bible says in having a kind of philanthropic organization that we have. And that is why we carefully, when we are deciding, we said we don't have to say we all this program together. If you don't come, I'm going to announce to everybody in the public space that I invited Father didn't come, he will not come to beg me, but he was afraid of me, he had to come on time. So Father, you are welcome. Thank you, we are very grateful. And also, we also brought a sheikh whose own knowledge is about raising money, protecting money, and making money work. Even at Jai's Bank, and that's why we have Sheikh Abdullah Alalibosa from Jai's Bank. Are you there, sir? Okay. So it's also around to lead. When they bring their own, we to now step it down to us that from the Bible, from the Quran, this is how you can go about it. And that is why Brother Lukman and Dr. Otire is also there. If you know Dr. Otire, you will know that when we are talking of NGO, he has been eating a lot of money on NGO. Please let me tell you when it's him. That he has been eating on our behalf, and he will continue to eat on our behalf. We will not complain, we only know it. He knows. So, with this, I want to welcome each and every one of us to this program. And I pray that by God's grace, it's going to be an impactful one, and it's going to be useful for us and for our nation. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace and blessing of God be upon each and every one of us.
Thank you very much.